Hi, my name is Paul and I like to go places. I also like to make YouTube videos about Jeeps because that's the only thing that gets clicks on my channel apparently. Anyway, today I'm going to be talking a little bit about some of the recent changes to my Jeep and Jeeps in general, stuff like that. And I'm also going to spend, I guess, a couple hours just exploring off-road in the areas around Kelowna. So where I am right now is kind of past the Myra area. I'm on a forestry service road called Little White. And so I thought this road would actually take me all the way to the top of Little White Mountain, but apparently it doesn't. I think I'm like halfway there, and the road ends right where I am. It's kind of like a small parking lot, and then it turns into a hiking trail. So this is my first time up here. I didn't actually realize that you wouldn't be able to take a vehicle to the top of the mountain, so yeah, that's my bad. But yeah, today I think we'll just kind of drive around the area, explore in the snow a little bit, and yeah, I'll ramble on about Jeeps, I guess. So things have been pretty good with my Jeep. The only thing I've really had to do recently was replace the battery. The battery that was in there, it was working fine throughout the summer and stuff, but as the temperatures started to get a little cold, it would be pretty weak to crank. So yeah, I decided it would be a good time to get a new one when they were on sale and before it gets too cold and then the Jeep just doesn't start up one day. So yeah, it's all good since then. And I'm also experimenting with what I've got here. This is like a cover for patio furniture that I got on Amazon on a Black Friday sale. I think with rooftop tents and the kind that I have in particular, I don't know if you're really supposed to be leaving them up there like through all the seasons. Unfortunately, I can't remove mine and store it somewhere during the winter when I'm probably not going to be using it. So, and I have to park outside, which means it's always going to be covered in snow, and then it melts, and then water gets like around where the seal is, and I think that's how moisture keeps getting inside eventually. And yeah, so I'm trying this. I had like just strapped this cover on there. I got to do a little better job of it at some point here, but I want to see if that kind of reduces the amount of moisture that kind of sneaks in there, because yeah, I don't think that, you know, you're really supposed to have these things on like year round and parking in the snow and stuff, but I have no choice, so I'm gonna try that and see how it works out after the winter, I guess. So we're like a week into December and I've actually still got my all-terrain tires on. It has not snowed in Kelowna yet, like, and had it stick to the road. So I don't actually change my tires off for my studded winters until it's like icy and stuff on the roads. So yeah, I'm still playing with these in the snow. It's not bad. I think if I had something with way more aggressive tread, it might be better in deep snow, but I also have really no experience with off-roading in the snow, so yeah. And yeah, and then I've got my new LED lights. I don't really use them that much because I don't really do a whole lot of night off-roading, but when I do, they work pretty good, so really liking that. So modification-wise inside the Jeep, this switch was already in here from the previous owner, but it wasn't actually connected to anything. I think this was previously set up to bypass the safety on the lockers so that you could engage them in any mode. And that is something I kind of wanted to have available. So when I was doing some other switches here for my different lights and stuff, I went ahead and hooked this up to the like you kind of make contact with a couple of pins from the plug for the axle lock switch. So yeah, all I do is turn that on, and that will allow me to engage my lockers in any mode other than 4 lows. So, and then when you push this back down, it's back off again. So I don't know, it's not something I expect to use very often, but I like having that available. The only other thing that I will be doing at some point, probably not in the winter though, I do have like a hand-controlled throttle that I'm going to install. Like I just bought some generic throttle control for like a lawnmower kind of thing, and I might be hooking it like right up to the side of the shifter or something else in here. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't think I was going to bother with that, but there's been a couple instances where I've been trying to crawl along a very rocky path, and it was just not possible to do it in first gear with my foot on the pedal. You can't maintain steady throttle with your foot, and it ends up just jerking around, and yeah, it was super annoying. So I figured if I have like that hand-controlled throttle, that might make trips like that a little bit easier. So I'll get around to that at some point next year, I think. So maintenance-wise, yeah, everything seems to be running fine, although I swear there is an exhaust leak. It sounds like an exhaust leak, but I still can't figure out where it would be coming from if that's the case. And I was slightly concerned that it might be like lifter noise or something like that, but then I listened to an audio of loud lifters and it doesn't sound like what I've got going on. What I've got going on just literally sounds like an exhaust leak. So I don't know, I might never figure it out, but yeah. Anyway, the only other things that I've got to look out for, there's a slight leak from my front diff from, I think, I don't know, what is it, the pinion seal at the back there. It's not enough to have it like dripping on the ground, but it does have some wetness that was along the bottom. I don't know when I'll get around to that. Maybe at some point when I replace the U-joints along there, I'll also deal with that seal. So the only other thing to note under here was I did have like a rear main seal leak. And I did buy the replacement Mopar gasket, and I really did not want to actually do the job. So I just retorqued the oil pan bolts, and it has stopped dripping on the driveway since I did that. So I think that's one thing that, yeah, if you're off-roading your Jeep, and you probably should every now and then check your bolts in case things get rattled loose. So yeah, it hasn't dripped oil on the ground since I did that. So I still have this seal. I'm sure I'll do it at some point, but yeah, I just wanted it to stop leaking too badly, and it seems to have done that. So yeah. Oh yeah, another thing that I've noticed on my Jeep, I don't know, it's kind of a strange thing to be happening, but my exhaust squeaks. I don't know why. Maybe it's my muffler bearings. If I kick the exhaust pipe, it kind of goes away though. Whatever. So the road to get up to where I was isn't too bad, but there are a few spots that it does get a little bit rough, although in the snow you can't really tell. But yeah, what I'm driving on right now is probably the roughest spot, probably. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't really that bad. I think if you've got a vehicle with some high clearance, that's really all you need to get up here. Well, I mean, I suppose you probably could just do it in a car if you didn't care that much, but yeah, and the snow isn't too deep, and I'm just kind of following through other people's tracks here, so yeah, obviously this road doesn't see any maintenance, I'm assuming, because, you know, why would you? But yeah, there's a lot of other side roads that kind of go off on this main road, but I think they're just all old logging roads, so they don't actually go anywhere. Yeah, I think I'll just kind of poke around a little bit, and so far I think I'm the only person up here, because there weren't really any fresh tracks aside from mine. The only other thing to worry about is there's a lot of branches that will be in your way on this road, so like I'm kind of getting hit in the Jeep here every now and then. It's not terrible, but you know, if you care about your paint job, I wouldn't recommend coming up here. So yeah. Ooh, looks like we got a bit of fog rolling in here too. That's neat. So yeah, the road does get kind of rough in a few places, but it's not terribly bad. Although with the snow, it's extremely slippery. So let's see. is that? I wonder if that goes anywhere. Let me check the map. Yeah, okay, so I looked on the map, and this side road kind of goes nowhere, obviously, but I tried to go down here a little bit. I mean, I could probably just keep on going, but I don't want to risk getting stuck. It is a little bit tougher here, and I think to really make it through here, I'd probably want to air down my tires and stuff, and I don't really feel like doing that at the moment, so I'm gonna head back to the main road I was just on, I think. So I don't know if I mentioned it, but this is my first time driving up this road, and I mean, the winter scenery is really nice. Typically though, I should be exploring areas when it's not conditions like this for new areas I haven't been to before, but I'm kind of an idiot, so snow makes me really paranoid because I'm not used to off-roading in snow, and I mean, for the most part, I think I can get around no problem, but yeah, it's one of those things where the times where I've either gotten stuck or being close to stuck, it's gives me a lot of anxiety, like how the hell am I gonna get out of this one? But yeah, I do really like the snow scenery, although I'm not a really big fan of the cold, so I guess it's a really good thing that I live in Canada. So I'm at the Myra parking lot. Well, one of the parking lots anyway. The old Kettle Valley Railroad goes right through here. So now this is the Kettle Valley Trail. So you could drive down here and it'll take you to another parking lot before you actually hit some trestles, I believe, and then you can't drive any further. Same situation on that direction. You can drive a fair distance down there, and then there's another parking lot, and then there's trestles, and you can't drive a vehicle across those. So those are like just basically single lane though, so I don't really feel like trying to navigate down there in the snow if there's gonna be other people around. There probably isn't. But when I was parked up here, the first time I came up here, there was actually another vehicle coming that way, so yeah. Anyway, we were up there. So June Springs Road is what comes down that direction, and that takes you to like Kelowna. Comes up here, and then the Forestry Service Road goes up that direction, so that's where we were. So it's kind of nice with this fog though. I really should have brought the drone. So I think I'm probably just going to wrap up this video, make it a short day, I think. I was kind of thinking I might make my way over to the Gillard Forestry Service Road, but I don't know. I got a bunch of work to do today, so I think just exploring the end of that little white Forestry Service Road is good enough for me. And to make it from here to anywhere else, I'd have to basically drive all the way through Kelowna and deal with the traffic, and I absolutely hate driving in this city. So yeah, I think that'll wrap it up. So I don't know, it was a decent day anyway. I'm glad to have a little bit of fun in the snow. So yeah, thanks for watching.